Hey guys, today I want to go over why I became a DIY landlord, and we're also going to go through and take some real numbers from my portfolio, plus we'll guesstimate some things and come up with an estimate about how much I save each year by being a DIY landlord. Now, if you guys are new to the channel, I have 29 rentals, and my portfolio allowed me to leave my corporate job about 6 years ago at 48. And now I just take care of my rentals, and I try to make videos to help people who either want to become a landlord or existing landlords to save some money. So with that, let's go over the why. Why did become a DIY landlord? And most people are going to say, of course, it's to save money, and that's true. But to me, it was more than that. To me, it was the shortest path to get the financial independence and to allow me to leave my corporate job. So I could take the money I was saving and use that to buy the next deal, buy the next deal, buy the next deal, and keep growing my portfolio. But also it's about cash outlay too, right? So maybe I could live on the cash flow from 10 rentals, but if I hired it all out, I may need 15 rentals to cover my cash flow that I need to live on. So that means I have to come up with 5 more down payments, which is typically 20% for a real estate investor. Now, some of you may say, I don't want to sign up to do this the rest of my life, but think about it. Maybe you're retiring at 45, you could have 10 rentals, and 10 years from now, maybe they're all paid off, or a portion of them are paid off, and you have a lot more cash flow, and then you could hire a lot of this out. But I'll just be honest with you, people that have the drive to work a full-time job, acquire 10 rental properties at 48, 45, whatever the age is, probably just don't want to retire and do nothing or just play golf or whatever you like to do. So it's a nice way to bridge kind of into retirement, so you can do this for a few years, and then when you get ready, hire it out or hire portions of it out along the way. It's really up to you, and that's a beautiful thing about the rental business. You kind of get to decide what you're going to do and what you're going to hire out. So with that, let's go through and let's try to estimate how much I save each year by doing this. Now, some of this, we're going to use real numbers. Some of it we're going to have to guesstimate. So first thing, as I mentioned, I have 29 units, and that generates gross rent of about $300K a year. Remember, that's not profit. This is just the total of the rent you received throughout the year. So it's the gross rent. I look through my portfolio through the years, and I have usually about 6 move-outs per year. That's just on average. And of those, I'm going to say 4 of them are turns. And that just means the unit just needs paint, drywall patch, cleanup. So they're pretty simple. And 2 of them needs a full rehab, or some form of rehab. Maybe it needs new bathrooms, new kitchens, whatever. My properties are all about 30 years old, so now as people move out, a lot of them I have to start doing rehabs on those. So if you guys watch my before and after videos, you know what I'm talking about. And I'm going to estimate a turn is about 40 hours labor, and at around $35 an hour, which I can get in my area, I'm rounding up, that's about 1.5K in labor to do a turn. And a rehab, I'm going to say is 200 hours, and that is about 7K labor only to do a rehab, just on average. The other thing we're going to estimate, or just use an assumption, is that in my area you have to mow properties about 30 times a year. So those are our data points and assumptions we're going to make as we go through this. This is the list of everything you have to do to run a rental property. I may have missed a few. If I did, leave them below. But property management is by far the biggest one. Typically, you pay a property manager anywhere between 8 to 12% of gross rent. Now, if your properties are dispersed, not all in one building or whatever, it's probably going to be tough to find 8. For this example, and for simple math, we just use 10%, and it's 10% of the gross rent. So that would be $30,000 a year. Leasing is the next item. So we know we got about 6 move-outs, so we're going to have to do about 6 new leases a year, or new move-ins. And a property manager will charge anywhere between a half and 1 month's rent. I know when I do this job as a realtor, I charge 1 month's rent, but I've worked for a property management company and they had built into their agreement, it was a half month's rent. So we're going to have 6 that we have to do in a year on average. I'm just going to call rent $1,000 to keep the math simple. So that's about $3,000 a year in expenses for that. Next one is landscaping. We know we mow about 30 times a year. I have 5 properties, so I mow all my multifamily. I do not mow my single family. So I have 5 that I have to mow. I guess about 65 a yard to do that. And that comes out to be just under 10,000. I added, I think, 1,200, 1,250 to account for spring and fall cleanup and mulching, not including the mulch, just the labor to do that. So we're going to call this around 11,000 a year. Repairs, I think I way underestimated this. I just said 1 service call per unit. I rounded it to 30 service calls a year at 200. Now the service call could be, you change the toilet flapper, or it could be the water heater on the 2nd floor blew out. Now you have to do water cleanup, bring in humidifiers and fans and come back and fix drywall and all. It could be $1,000 or more, thousands of dollars to do it. We're going to use 200 to be conservative at 30 service calls a year. And I think this is low, but we're going to stick with it. $6,000. In turns, we said we got 4 turns. We'll average out at 1.5K labor. Remember, labor only. And that turns out to be 6K as well. So rehabs, 2 of those a year, 7,000 a piece. That's about 14,000. CAM, which stands for Common Area Maintenance. Think of like a shared parking lot, a shared stairwell, a laundry room that's shared. You have to have someone clean that. And I almost didn't include this in my numbers because I just do it when I'm there and it needs it. If it doesn't need it, I don't do it. But if you hire a property manager, they're going to schedule a company to come out at some regular interval and do this. So someone will have to drive to the property to do it. So there will be a cost. I threw $1,000 in here. I have 2 stairwells and a small laundry room that I have to clean. It's not a big deal, but it would cost you money if someone had to drive out to do that on some regular interval. Snow removal, I'm going to leave blank. I don't do snow removal. I don't have the equipment. And quite honestly, I don't want to leave the house when there's snow out. I'd rather just stay at home. Pest control, I don't do that either. I don't want to handle the chemicals. So I pay a pest control company to come out to my larger multifamilies. One is once a quarter and one's once a month. So the grand total of all this is 71K, which is almost, I'm going to round up, 6K a month. So it's a lot of money. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't save that much. So for like rehabs and turns, I've got a helper to come, so I don't pay him the $35 I told you is kind of what's pretty common in my area. It's maybe a little low, honestly, now. But I do have someone come and help me do that a lot of times. And if he's working with me and we're doing a rehab, it's summertime and we need to mow, he may go with me and help me mow too. But I do the bulk, 90+% of this myself. So I'd love to hear what you guys think about the numbers. If you think I'm crazy for doing this, and any other comments you have. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.